Hi. So I'm sure you all are worried about the current pandemic happening right now, especially with how contagious it is. But have you ever thought about how this may be affecting us economically as a country? Well, today I'm going to discuss the economic impact of the government shutting down all these businesses that are seen as unnecessary. So, the problem with keeping these businesses shut down is that it's keeping people from providing for their families and even surviving on their own if they live alone. And especially for like young people who don't have who aren't really stable in their career yet and are just living from paycheck to paycheck. So, but according to the Washington Post, because of businesses shutting down, about 22% of, or about 22 million people in America are unemployed now. And I mean, that's a big number to me. I don't know about you. But, so that alone just tells you what kind of situation everybody is in right now. And so this whole problem, I understand that the whole problem with the reason why the businesses are shut down and the reason why our schools are shut down is to keep people safe, basically, to keep people safe and healthy, but from this highly contagious virus known as COVID-19. But and to slow down the spread of the virus, obviously, so that the healthcare workers aren't so overwhelmed by all the people coming in. But according to World Meter Info, roughly 38% of the U.S. population has died from coronavirus, which is more than what was originally expected, so it makes sense that businesses and schools have shut down for the safety of the country. However, it is still possible to keep companies up and running with the pandemic if there are guidelines enforced, such as sanitizing your hands, wearing a mask, putting gloves on, and keeping a good 6 feet apart from each other, at least 6 feet. Personally, I would keep a little bit further, if possible. But while there's no vaccine for this virus as of right now, I don't think keeping all the businesses shut down is helping us anymore, because I think it's hurting us more than anything, because we're basically in recession time now with how this is looking. I mean, families are gonna go starving, people are gonna go starving, and I mean, people can't pay their electric bill, their utilities, any of that stuff, can't buy food for their families if none of them have jobs. And if we keep up with it, with how it is, there's going to be even more layoffs coming. And my mom, for example, she could end up getting laid off from this if this shutdown continues, just because there's so many people unemployed now, and they're going to run out of money eventually, and they're not going to be able to provide for themselves or their families. And I understand that this is to slow down everything, but I think that now that we've reached where we're at a plateau, I think that it's safe to say that starting to slowly open up businesses and just enforce sanitizing policies, make sure everything's clean, I think that it would be possible to maybe start opening things up because of how many people have lost their jobs. I mean, we've lost a decade's worth of jobs, of building up more job opportunities. And I think also getting in these if we open up businesses and everything, I think that that will start to maybe help pick this up a little bit more. In all, I believe that slowly opening up these businesses will, along with the government sending out stimulus checks, which I know that they've started sending those out, just from looking it up and seeing it everywhere, of course. This should get the economy back up and running, I think. And again, keeping businesses shut down for any longer will only inhibit people's ability to survive this pandemic rather than help them get through it. And so I think that when they do open these businesses back up, we need to do our part as citizens and stay clean, wear our masks, wash your hands, and keep a safe distance from one another.